All right, guys. Today we're going to talk about arithmetic sequences. Particularly, we're going to deal with recursive rule. All right, the recursive rule. And you may be wondering, what is the recursive rule? It is A sub n equals A sub n minus 1 plus D. And that may sound complicated, but A sub n is just the term we're looking for. All right. And just a little back knowledge. A term just means a number in a sequence. So if I give you a pattern, that's what a sequence is. 2, 4, 6, 8, right? These numbers are called terms. They're called terms. The first number that's called our first term in the sequence is known as A sub 1. The second number 4 is A sub 2. And then and so on and so forth. Okay. It's just a little back knowledge there. All right. Now, A sub n minus 1 is the previous term in the sequence. Again, A sub n minus 1 represents the previous term. And D represents the common difference. The common difference. To write a recursive rule, you need to have the common difference. For example, let's say we have negative 10, negative 15, negative 20, and negative 25. All right? Our common difference here, that means what we're decreasing by here seems to be by 5 each time. So our common difference would be negative 5. Now, I've rewritten the rule here so that we can have it. We'll always be given the rule. And now we're just going to fill in our common difference. So we write A sub n minus 1 just as we see it. And then we can say plus negative 5 or minus 5. And we've got our answer here. This is the recursive rule for this pattern. All right. So let's say we're asked to write a rule for this next example. 12, 24, 36, and 48. Note that we're increasing by 12 each time. So that's our common difference. We're given the equation, and all we need to do is just fill in that D, which is 12. And we have our recursive form. Remember, A sub n minus 1 represents the previous. So if we want to find the next, we just take the previous term, add 12, and then we get the term we're looking for. All right. So let's say we have this next example, and we want to write a recursive rule. Note that this is decreasing by 3 each time. So our common difference is negative 3. And all we got to do is plug in A sub n minus 1, right? Minus 3. And there we go. We have our recursive rule. Now let's talk about its application. So we have our first term, second term, third term, fourth term. Let's say we want to find the fifth term. Let's say we want to find the fifth term. A5. All right. What do? Remember, we take the previous term. So the term before the term we're looking for is negative 41. So we're going to write it. And then we're going to subtract 3 as it says do. And that's negative 44. All right. Let's say we want to find the term after that. Now we take A5, the previous, subtract 3, and we have negative 47. So the types of problems that you're going to see when we're dealing with recursive are problems that ask for the next term. Might say find the next term. Or it may say find the next 4 terms. Right? Also, sometimes you may be given little pieces of information, right? Like they may already give you the rule. And they may give you a little bit more information and say, oh, find, A1, right? But either way, these are the types of questions you're going to see with recursive. All right, we're going to work on some practice now.